Alright, what's up, guys? So, I never had a girlfriend in my life, and I'm 30 years old. And I talked about this 4 years ago in my old channel when I was 26, and I still never had a girlfriend. I'll say the reasons is because I'll say I was abused by my mom when I was a kid, and she would make fun of my autism, and basically that made me have like low self-esteem, and I was very insecure in my childhood, and it made me not have the confidence to ask a girl out really that much at all. Plus, being in special ed made it even worse too, because basically you're like a target for bullying in there, and I felt like I wasn't good enough, you know? Like, I know that women find me attractive because of my looks, because I'm a pretty looking guy from what people told me from high school, college to now, you know? But I'll say being abused by my mom, really afraid of being in a relationship, because I grew up with like my parents had a bad divorce, and it just affected me throughout my childhood. And there was girls into me, but my autism just couldn't pick it up. I was like more, it's not like I couldn't pick it up at all, it was just I was like slow. I was like more slower to it. I was more slow on how they were flirting with me, you know. And I dated women in college and stuff, but it never went anywhere. And I like hooked up with women at bars and connections and stuff, but I just never was in a relationship. I always was afraid of being in a toxic one, and I don't want my mental health to get hurt, you know? So, yeah, I was never really like in a relationship, you know? Like, I did take a girl to the prom, but she didn't like me because I was trying to fit in with people from high school, and she didn't like that because I was not being myself, you know? And that's another one. I was disliked a lot in high school because I was a pushover, and I was trying to fit in a lot, like I said before. Because I was deprived socially. My mom didn't let me hang out with people. So it made me like felt like I was behind. And plus, I guess when you have autism, it kind of makes it difficult to like figure out their social cues, and I guess like my tone of voice can make it difficult for people, especially women, to see if I'm acting sarcastic or being serious too. And I just had a lot of anxiety back then too. It made me anxious of women, and I guess I was prude in high school. I was like, I had crushes on women that I liked, but I was just afraid, you know? So basically it was like a combination of like me being abused by my mom made me afraid to even ask out a woman, because I feel like women were just like my mom. Even though I can't generalize all women, there's women that are not like that. There's women that are decent, and cool, but I always felt that way. And I guess my autism kind of couldn't pick up things in a snap of a finger, though. It would come up a little later. Like, say, like 15 minutes later, I would realize it, you know? And being bullied in school made me just have really low self-esteem, and I just felt like I was never good enough. I would get like compliments from people, and I just felt like it didn't really matter, you know? And yeah, it would be nice to have a girlfriend, but at the same time, like, especially nowadays, it seems like it's hard to find someone that is loyal, and it seems like this hookup culture is more of the norm, you know? And plus, I would never get married. I would never have kids, you know? Like, I don't know if there's any women that would not want kids. I guess there is some, but it seems like most of them want some, too. So that's not something I want. And I guess it's harder the older you get because you're busy. People are heading in different directions. You may not have time to meet a woman, you know? And then there's times where you can approach and you're not even being rude and creepy or perverted, and they just put you down, you know? Not all of them. I had girls that, like, say I have a boyfriend. That's fine, you know? That's cool. But there's ones that try to put you down on the spot, and then they try to bring their friend along and try to embarrass you, make you feel like you're the bad guy. You know? So yeah, and I met people in my life that were in relationships and they had really bad breakups, and I'm basically afraid of that, I guess, you know? I don't want to witness something like that if I'm in a relationship. Because, like, say, like right now, I'm like, I have stresses in my life and I don't want to increase it. Like, if it comes, it comes, but if it doesn't, it's okay, you know? Just be single, you know? Like, sometimes I would like to have that intimacy and stuff like that, but, you know, sometimes, like, a good cope for me is just like, oh, I don't want a bad breakup, like I said before. Oh, I don't want to be involved in a toxic relationship. And at least I'm not getting married and witnessing a bad divorce, you know? Imagine if I had kids, like, if these kids can have bad mental health problems from a bad divorce, you know? Kind of like me. So yeah, it's basically a mix of a lot of things why I had never been in a relationship. And there's things that I know that I'm, like, attractive physically, but my autism makes it difficult. And and stuff like that. So catch you guys later.